Hey everyone, and good morning. In today's video we're going to discuss how to kosher appliances. So let's begin with the easier ones like the fridge and the freezer. They're cold and therefore the way to kosher them is very easy. Just make sure there's no chametz, clean the shelves well, wipe it all down with some water, some soap, and then the fridge and the freezer are kosher for Pesach. The dishwasher, just let it run once by itself with some detergent, some soap, and then the dishwasher is also clean for Pesach. A water urn. The water urn, we don't really put chametz in there, so the only thing that we need to do is just wipe the outside of it, because sometimes some dough, some oil, some things could get stuck. So wipe the outside very well. Make sure that there's nothing there. If we could get a new one for Pesach, then great, beautiful. But technically there is no need. Just wipe the outside, and then our urn is also good to go for Pesach. How about a hot plate that we use on Shabbat, an electrical hot plate? So again, if we could get a new one for Pesach, then beautiful. If we cannot, if that's not an option, so what we could do is we have to clean it very, very well, spray some strong stuff on it, clean it well, and then we're going to take very hot water from a pot that's boiling, and we're going to pour the water on the hot plate. That's called irui kli rishon. Pouring from a boiling hot that was on the fire, let it pour all over the hot plate, and then it will be fine. The hot plate will now be kosher for Pesach. How to clean a Vitamix or a blender. So these, again, we don't use them for hot. So although sometimes we put chametz in them, like oatmeal or certain things that may be chametz, they may have chametz ingredients. There's no need to do any hagala. But we have to just be careful to clean it very well. A lot of times some chametz could get stuck under the blade, so we have to try to unscrew it if possible, clean it well. If not, just make sure we get in there and clean it very well as much as we can. And then our blenders are as well now kosher to use for Pesach. Also check the machine, the base, because sometimes some chametz could drip onto that and get stuck and it gets hard. So just make sure that the entire item doesn't have any chametz on or around it. Then we have a coffee machine, a coffee maker like a Keurig or an espresso machine. So these, sometimes maybe the coffee pods, I don't know, maybe they have chametz in them if there's different types of flavors. So the way to clean it out would just be to run it once with a kosher pod. Put a kosher pod in there, a kosher for Pesach, regular coffee flavored pod in the coffee machine. Let it run one time, that will clean it out, and now our coffee makers are kosher to use for Passover. How to clean the oven. Okay, so the oven, first of all, we're going to clean it very well. St. Maurice, whatever we use in the house, make sure it's very clean from all the grease all around, the walls, the grates, everything. Then we have to leave it for 24 hours unused. Then we have to clean it with heat. So if we have self-clean mode, beautiful. Put that on, let it do its magic, and then everything is kosher. The walls of the oven, the grates in the oven, everything is good to go. If we don't have self-clean mode, then we will have to kosher it by putting it on the highest temperature, but that will only put it on for an hour, but that will only clean the walls of the oven. That's not enough for the grates. So the way to kosher the grates, if I could put it in someone else's self-clean mode oven, then that would kosher it. If not, I could try to replace it with a new one. If not, I have a third option, and that is to cover the grates with aluminum foil, to leave that foil on there for the entire Pesach, and then put the grates in and leave it like that for the holiday with the foil on it for the 7 days, for the 8 days of the holiday, and then my grates, my oven, everything is kosher. The stovetop, we have to take the grates off, dip them in do hagala, that means to dip them in boiling hot water, and then if it doesn't fit in one shot, like we said in the previous video, we could keep rotating and do each half by itself. And then the rest of the stovetop, to pour hot water, to do irui kli rishon, to pour hot water from the pot onto the rest of the stovetop. Finally, a microwave. How do I kosher a microwave? Again, if I could put it away and purchase a new one, then beautiful. If not, if it's one of those built-in microwaves or I don't have another option, so I kosher it again. Clean out the microwave very well, let it sit 24 hours unused. Then I take a cup of water, put some soap, put it in the microwave, and let it run for a few minutes till it creates vapor, till the water gets very hot, and that vapor of the water will itself go around and clean out the rest of the microwave. Have a great day.